News of Lewis.
So joining us now to talk about this, MP Carolyn Harris, who's the chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Fixed Odds Betting Terminals. Talk about that more in just a moment. In our London studio, Malcolm George, who's the Chief Executive of the Association of British Bookmakers. Thank you both very much for your time this morning. Carolyn, can we first start with you? We got a sense there, this is a family who've gone through such trauma, something that was unfolding in front of them, but they didn't know. How common is that to experience you've seen?
I get contacted certainly weekly and almost daily by families who've either the individual who's a problem with gambling or the family member who wants help for the person who's affected by gambling. Specifically,
one of the things you've been looking at is fixed odds betting terminals. Now, it's worth explaining. Maybe can you do that for us? Explaining for those people not familiar, what are you talking about?
These are the machines which are in the bookmakers, in high street bookmakers. There's 4 in every bookmakers, and you can put £100 every 20 seconds into these machines, so it's possible to lose nearly £5,000.
What do you do? You put money in to do what?
Well, it's just like a casino game online. It's on
the
machine.
So you just make a bet, up to
£100 every 20 seconds.
Okay, let's talk to Malcolm. Malcolm, it could be, we could very easily set you up here in terms of, we heard from the Keogh family there about the awful situation with their son Lewis. Absolutely tragic. So I want to give you a fair hearing here, because what we're hearing is that there are these fixed odds machines in betting shops. 4, did you say? 4 in every shop. It feels as if the betting industry isn't really taking enough responsibility to protect those who are vulnerable. And there are people who are addicted to gambling who are going into your shops. What would you say to that?
I think you need to look at what we actually do in the shops. Our machines have the ability to set limits on them, so you can limit the time you spend or the amount you spend on them. If you spend 20 minutes on one, we alert you. There is an alert on the screen.
What is that alert? Does it tell me to stop? Would it tell me to stop betting?
And basically says you've been playing for 20 minutes. Are you sure you want to continue? No other machines anywhere in the UK have the measures we have. Plus we have highly trained staff. Now, you know, what we need to do, if we are to respect what happened to Lewis Keogh, is look precisely at what happened. We know there was a problem for him in amusement arcades at a very young age. We know that he had a problem with online gambling. We know gambling is multifaceted. It's not a single product issue. We as an industry, casinos, amusement arcades, bookmakers, need to work together to ensure we're identifying the problem gamblers and we're getting them the help that they need.
Briefly,
and remember, 80% of the funding for all the problem gambling services out there comes from the industry.
Carolyn, do you want to pick up on that issue? Because one of the points the industry makes is that there's all sorts of issues around gambling, and picking on one individual, terminal in this case, that really isn't the way to go about solving the problems of those who have an addiction.
The machines bring in over 50% of the profit that the bookmakers make. If they haven't got a problem with them, why are they so desperate to stop any productive conversation going ahead? I did an inquiry. The only people who never engaged in that inquiry were the bookmakers. Now, Mr. George will tell you it was a kangaroo court. I will argue and say no. We are winning this argument. And they are on the defensive. They know they're going to have a massive reduction in stake. And it's a hit that they're going to have to take. You've got to put people before profit.
Okay, Carolyn Harris, MP, thank you. Malcolm George, I appreciate your time this morning as well. I sense this is a subject we're going to talk about again, of course, as further investigations are done. But for the moment, thank you both very much.